Transmitting to you from Old Heart Radio.
Fuck. This mic picks up. That's so nice. Woo! I love it. That's right. It's another episode of Coffee and Contemplation. I'm your host, your boy, me, Old Heart, aka Jared, aka the guy that records podcasts on this show. I hope you're doing you as you always should, because I'm doing me as I normally would. What's with the rhyming? I don't know. Just deal with it. This episode's dedicated to every young little nerd out there who always wanted to try, or maybe wants to try, a sport, but is too meek, or doesn't know how to get started or where to start. This is for you, kid. Hockey. If you read the title of the podcast, you know what we're talking about. But today we're talking about hockey, particularly some rules related to hockey. Hockey is a sport that I always wanted to get into. There's a hockey league around the valley growing up. When I was a little older, a hockey team moved into Wenatchee, the Wenatchee Wild. They're not like a pro hockey team. They're like an amateur hockey team or some shit like that, but they're good. And I've been to one game, and it was really fun. I've never been to a game since. So I really would love to get more into hockey, as I always have. Thing is, though, I know dick all about hockey. I just like this. It looks cool. It's like people on the ice, the puck going back and forth. I loved Mighty Ducks as a kid. Fuck off. I want to get into hockey. Give me the one sport. All right. I don't care about football. I've tried many times. I have great friends who care about football. I've just never gotten into it. Okay. Suck eggs. Anyway, let's talk about some basic shit relating to hockey. I'm on Sportsnet. Something or other, and let's see. It says right here, simple. The objective of hockey is to score more goals than the opposing team. Wow, they're really dumbing it down for us. Apparently, players are not allowed to kick the puck into the net or to purposely direct it in with any part of their body. Seems like you must use your stick. During regulation time, each team apparently uses 5 skaters, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, plus a goaltender. Goldberg! I really need to get better at using sound clips. Why would you make them up yourself? The NHL, aka the National Hockey League games, are contested over 3 20-minute periods. If the score is tied after 60 minutes, the game moves to a 5-minute sudden death overtime, where the first goal wins. You better know your triple deep in that situation. If the game remains tied after overtime, a shootout is held until a winner is then fucking figured out. There are 4 officials in the NHL games, 2 referees and 2 linesmen. They stop play for penalties and for things like offsides or icing, which we'll talk about here in a second. So, again, 5 skaters, 3 forwards, 2 defensemen, a goalie, 4 officials, 2 referees, 2 linesmen, all skating around on that ice rink. One of the major rules that you got to follow, offside, which happens to be in a lot of sports, if you've ever noticed. Offside is when players enter the offensive zone before the puck gets there. Can't skate ahead of the puck, motherfucker. Icing. When a team shoots from its side of the center red line across the opposing goal line. So, like, shotting it, just like winging it. So, what fucking Fulton did? Isn't his name Fulton? In the Mighty Ducks, is that not allowed? Wouldn't that be? Is that icing? Maybe he was doing it like right at center line. I can't remember. Each play begins with a face-off and ends when an official blows the whistle or a score is goal. A goal is scored. A score is goal. I said that wrong. I get it. Cut me some fucking slack. All right. Again, like hockey has just always been one of those sports that I don't know. I've always wanted to get into. So, it's kind of. It's about time. I'm a damn adult. It's about time. Let's talk about some penalties here. So as discussed, there's those 4 referees, 2 referees, 2 linesmen. When a player violates one of the rules of the game, he is given a penalty by a referee. Penalties are given for things like body fouls, which are like, hitting from behind, throwing an elbow, or fighting in general. Again, one of the appeals of the sport, if I'm being honest. Penalties are also given for things like stick fouls, which include slashing, spearing, hooking, holding, tripping, cross-checking, and high-sticking. All right. Penalties can also... Holy shit. Shout-outs to all you hot dogs out there. Love you. Thank you so much. Check out the litany of episodes I've just put up this week, including the one with legendary David Fitzgerald. I'm hoping to launch our own podcast there. Also, just thanks for the continued support and listening. You guys are fucking fantastic. So follow us on Instagram at Old Heart Radio, follow us on Twitter at Old Heart in Space, and subscribe to the YouTube, which, if you guessed it, yeah, you're right, Old Heart Radio. All right, so other penalties can also be given for things. It says penalties can also be given for other infractions such as delay of game, if you have too many people on the ice, as well as unsportsmanlike conduct. I think I got a penalty for unsportsmanlike conduct in basketball once because I was short and very short-tempered as well. And so when people would when I was playing, I was quick, I was scrappy, I could steal the ball really well, but bigger players sometimes would fucking foul me and check me and trip me up. And one time it just kept going unnoticed, and so I freaked out. I got a foul called on me when the dude fucking knocked me over. And I just remember slamming the basketball super hard on the ground and flying up, and then I got pulled out of the game. And my dad got really mad at me, which I still am just sort of you didn't see that? All right. Anyway, we're not talking about that. We're talking about hockey, right? Let's see here. If the offending player's team is in possession of the puck, the referee will blow his whistle immediately to stop play and enforce the penalty. If the offending player's team doesn't possess the puck, the referee will raise his arm to show the delayed calling of a penalty. So they let you either play it out potentially that your opponent's team is going to score a goal really quick, and then maybe the penalty counts for itself. I don't know. Standard penalties are 2 minutes in length, and players serve their penalties in the penalty box. While a penalty is being served, the opposing team receives a man advantage opportunity called a power play. A power play lasts for the duration of the penalty, and in the case of minor penalties, the power play will end early if the team with the man advantage scores a goal. Well, isn't that convenient? All right, what about the positions? So there are 6 positions in hockey. 3 forwards comprised of a center and 2 wingers, 2 defensemen, plus 1 goaltender. The center is responsible for taking face-offs and covering the middle of the ice at both ends of the rink. They typically skate greater distances than other players as they play deep in both the offensive and defensive zones. Again, this is all on Sportsnet, by the way. You just have to use your internet to find out rules for sports these days. Did you know that? The center is flanked on the right and left by wingers who generally play along the boards of their respective sides, obviously. They are primarily relied upon as goal scorers. So the wingers are looked at as the goal scorers the most. Defensemen, with a C, play behind the forwards and are tasked with stopping opposing forwards. In the defensive end, they clear space in front of the net, cover the space in the corners, and move the puck out of the zone. In the offensive zone, they are typically situated just inside the blue line. The goaltender's job, this may be a shocker, is to prevent the puck from going in the net. Oh my god, I didn't know that. They remain in their crease the entire game and wear different equipment than forwards and defensemen in order to better protect them from pucks, which is reality. Those things flying at you would be so fucking intense. I mean, I know kids that play, kids that are smaller and, younger than I am that play hockey. I don't think I know anybody near my age that plays hockey, actually. But, like I said, I've always wanted to get into it a little bit, it just seemed like kind of a cool sport, and I've always, when I've caught it on, online, or I've caught it the one time in person, it was pretty cool to see the action of it all. And I don't know, I'm not the biggest sports person, but like I said, it seems like kind of an interesting one to follow along. That's why I've been following this season. I've been following the Pittsburgh Penguins and the Minnesota Wild because my mom's from Minnesota, so shout outs there. And Pittsburgh Penguins, I just like Penguins, so I gave it a try. All right, hockey games. National Hockey League games are played on an ice surface 200 feet long and 85 feet wide. The rink is surrounded by boards. Players sit on benches along one side of the board with penalty boxes on the other side. The center ice line divides the rink in half. The blue lines tell you each team's defensive zone. The area between the blue lines is called the neutral zone. At the far ends of the rink, a red line extends the width of the ice. That is the goal line. If the puck legally crosses the goal line into the net, a goal is scored. The goal crease, colored blue, is the goaltender's domain. The area directly behind the net, marked by red lines, called the trapezoid. The goaltender is allowed to play the puck within the area, but is penalized if he plays the puck below the goal line, outside the trapezoid. There are 9 different face-off areas on the rink. Each period begins with a face-off at center ice, and each time a goal is scored, another face-off takes place at center ice. There are 2 face-off circles in each defensive zones, as well as 4 face-off dots in the neutral zone. Holy shit. There's a lot going on with hockey, I gotta be honest. But I feel a little more prepared to take on the next game. As a spectator, of course. Go out there, use your brains for good. Why? Because every day's a good day to ripen up your coconut. Don't forget that, ever. And, again, thank you for listening. As always, hop online, Instagram, follow us at Old Heart Radio, follow us on Twitter at Old Heart Space, follow us on YouTube at Old Heart Radio, and keep your stick on the ice.